might just lock in. Yep, they're going to lock in the Nautilus. This is pretty much the patented pick for Ming in Spring Split.
And, you know, RNG have gone with a pretty stock and standard 5v5 teamfight composition, right? It does extremely well in front to back. You have a great front line.
Slightly better early game. This could be it. Wei now going to jump in, going to at minimum burn the flash of 8917, but he flashes forward himself and jumps straight on top of it, and that's going to be a dead set up in the top side. First blood to Wei. Perfect.
That's what you want to see around a team that plays so heavily around their top laner.
Ooh, bot lane. We're going to see Chocho getting engaged on, but it's Ming. He's not calling ambulance, but not for me as Chocho goes straight back in. They end up trading 1-for-1. Supports are both down. Sneaking himself into that brush, but Wei will just run straight into him. He gets the overheat. So much damage, and Wei has no way out. No flash. On the spot side, you have Cry, and you have a TP. It's a party. All 5 members of RNG are going to be joining in, and it looks like Rogue Warriors are just giving it up. They're saying survive as long as you can, but you will not be able to escape this one. Wei gets himself out. 2 kills. RNG. Well, Ming threw out a hook there, seeing if he go up. There's the equalizer, but the shield, we talked about it in Champ Select, is just so damn good at mitigating all of this early damage. As we can see, 8917 flashes in because Mega Nard back out. They go drop him down. It's going to be Xiaohu flashing away, but he gets taken over by Ice Coke, who ends up getting him down with the Flame Spitter. They jump in. There's a showstopper, and Wei drops as well. Oh no, it's all gone terribly, terribly wrong for the side of RNG, but can they get kills? So many low health bars right now. Ming picks up 1. They're going to be able to pick up 2. They trade back a little bit here as Ming just dodges out.
Oh, Zhang Wuji!
There's a good one, but Zhang Wuji is not done. He wants to continue fighting. Oh, piercing arrow! It's all Gala. I've done this before. It's Gala. 1, 2. Varus. He needs to go back and spend that gold. You can't just go for this fight again. As I say that, Wei jumps in on the Chocho. The equalizer's back up, and Wei is only done and killed himself. Realistically, they will trade back, or they won't actually. Excuse me. It's Ming who goes down. Now Ice Coke taking a lot of damage, but look at Gala, he can't join into a choke. Perfect place for a LeBlanc, a set, and a Rumble to put you down. It ended up being the Rift Herald going over the side of her, so see now Gala just zoning away this bot side, and this is where it's really gonna hurt. This is where it's just not that valuable.
My guess from what RNG was doing, because RNG have said in interviews, right, they don't have like a committed shot caller. It's all about like a lot of them giving. Again,
we talk about how every single time it's just so important. It just opens up the map, and specifically when you have got poke champions like a Varus and a Karma, it can just open up random opportunities, and not only will they get mid, but they'll also get top.
And I think another important aspect of that is also how RNG's comp fights well into Rogue Warriors in those scenarios, to where you might look at things like Karma, Varus, Nard, and be like, oh, this comp would also love to fight Rogue Warriors, you know, barring right now because they are making this Herald play mid, but after this goes however it does, you want to see LeBlanc start being in a side lane, right? Oh,
here we go, TP, flank from Xiaohu. He's going to be able to get the Marbar, but only down onto 1. It's going to be Azanya straight away, the showstopper to bring him back in on top of the rest of his team. Flash forward, there's going to be a Haymaker, but it's not going to be enough. It's a trade of 2 for the mid lane. That's just going to be Crying joining up with his team, but that Dragon is gone, and this lack or slow tempo, as I say that, Chocho goes in. They're going to drop the equalizer down on top of the showstopper. No one's really kind of full committed to this. They're going to be the Ming going down, but RNG do trade it back. Support and a top laner for just a support. This feels like Rogue Warriors were kind of on 2 fronts about what they wanted to do, and now they lose out in the trade.
Arma, other than that, it is 2 tanks and a bruiser in the Xin Zhao. It's going to be very hard to find any meaningful damage top side, then default back to controlling waves and start threatening out that Baron bait to get a TP advantage.
Well, speaking of getting an advantage, we're going to see the TP coming out here for the side of Rogue Warriors. It's going to be immediately caught by the Chain of Corruption, and that is going to be 8917 almost straight away deleted. Gala using these piercing arrows so beautifully. Another 2 kills goes to Gala, and now with the most of your engage gone, I think you can turn and burn for this Baron.
And yeah, that was just a bit unfortunate from 8917. He thinks that they've caught RNG. He's flanking coming from behind them. But with Xiaohu TPing in as well, they're not able to follow up. But Forge going to try to make something happen. But Forge just gives his life.
Deleted. Ming able to get down the passive auto attack to root him down in place. Now, Ice Coke is there, has Flash, has himself a smite, but has to use his Flash straight away over the back end of this fight and use the Blast Cone as well to get himself back to safety. They are going to be able to take him down, though, and now they can turn their ideals to the side of the Ezreal. Zhang Wuji taken out and buried in the backyard of the river. Side of Rogue Warriors to really kind of, deal with these minion waves, they have to go for a fight, and you can see now Gala is the target, but there's just so much shielding onto him that there's just not really much you can get onto him. Now they can see the re-engage going in on top of it. They get the tower, they get the Leona, they get the Rumble, they get everything, and Rogue Warriors are scrambling. They just don't know what they want to do. They just don't know if they can do anything, and RNG will keep pressing on. They will look to take down this inhibitor turret. They look to take down the inhibitor, and hell, they might even look for the game.
I mean, when you're 8k gold behind, Rogue Warriors really don't have any options at this point, and RNG is doing such a good job of pushing forward, knowing that they're stronger, forcing these fights to come out. And with the fact that Forge is being distracted by Wei, RNG can just end.
They can just end. They use the TP there just to get the Karma back into the fight, but 8917, as soon as he goes in, ends up dying straight away, and you can see Forge trying his very, very best, but it's just not enough. In 32 minutes, it will be the win for Game 1 of this best-of-3 series, going over to RNG. They will pad their stats. They will get a hell of a lot more kills. 15-0-6 for Gala, as he put out a hell of a performance on this Varus. Yep, and he goes full AP with exactly as you say his name. They do lock in the Braum for Ming, so stopping a lot of this engage. And Braum has kind of teetered himself up into the upper echelons of the support pool.
Another dive bot. They do have both TPs.
Oh my god, it is rinse repeat here in the bot side, but instead of 5, they're only going to put in 4. Ming tanks up as much as he possibly can. So does Gala, so does Cryan. They haven't quite taken down Betty just yet. There it is, double kill for Wei. Cryan back into this wave. You can see Forge just trying to hover around as well. They do have a showstopper, but no Flash, no Ghost. There's the Equalizer down all over some Wolves and a Gromp, as we can see the TP coming in. This is going to be Xiaohu coming in with the explosive cast. Has not got the belly bop just yet, still waiting for it. We can see the flash from Ice Coke. The Paranoia goes down. There's a good explosive cast to separate everybody, and the Paranoia is just to disengage, but the disengage can't come out. Chocho accepts his fate and ends up falling down. I think you can tell when a Nocturne teleport is kind of not planned, if you will, is when he doesn't pop the Paranoia first. Normally, ooh, as I say that, Forge, Jesus, taking a lot of hurt here. Now Chocho has to keep him safe. We can see the True Shot Barrage going over and whiffs across everybody, but Xiaohu died, but they traded for Rumble. They end up stealing away the Rift Herald, and now RNG are on Operation Take Away the Rift again, as Ming goes in, gonna get Showstopper down on the backside of this Gala, trying to do enough damage on the back end. Killer Instinct, though, from Betty puts him right in the face of the same approach to Rift Heralds as we saw with EDG in spring 20. This should be a pretty easy dive here, as Nocturne doesn't really have a place to go. He's going to try and get in. He's trying to get the spell shield down. Doesn't quite get it. Xiaohu just keeping himself in the tank. He's already down below half health, so you have to respect that from the side of RNG, and they've got themselves a 1,500 gold lead, as the kills are kind of pretty much what their advantage, and the Dragon, of course, are they're having right now. And speaking of advantages, we're going to see the Paranoia, and 8917 just deletes Xiaohu. Xiaohu scratching his head. Not quite sure he calculated that one correctly.
Yeah, Xiaohu clearly thinking that he just has the damage to one shot per star. 8917, but we're not done. Cryan might be getting picked off.
He might be getting picked off as he gets with the Haymaker, but oh, the Braum there to the rescue, and Chocho tries to flash away, but the concussive blows are enough, and Cryan gets himself a return kill. Nicely done there by RNG.
Wei and Ming being the heroes, already making their way over. Wei making his way down from his topside jungle. Ming was already hovering in river, knowing that Gala doesn't need any safety in the bottom lane. It's going to open up some vision for the side of RNG. And when Dragon's coming up in a minute, that will be nice. But we also need to keep our eye on the top side Rift Herald, as we maybe need to keep our eye on Forge as well.
Oh, well, keep your eye on him. He's dead. They're kind of slowly falling further and further behind. It feels like RNG are getting their gears going, finding those small little bits that are, working against fine when it happens. It's just like, yes, it is. I did it.
It's great.
I don't know why I didn't think I'd get 100 CS as an AD carry, but I'm going to stop myself there. Speaking of AD carries, I might be in a little bit of trouble. Betty gets hit with the concussive blows, and they have to use the Paranoia defensively. They are going to go in straight away now off on top of that. The Equalizer does get dropped down, and there's going to be Braum who gets dropped at the start of this play, but the Zinzao is huge.
Oh.
The two-shot barrage misses everybody. They're not quite able to get anything. Wei trying his very, very best. Xiaohu as well goes golden. They do trade out 8917. Look at these low health bars. They're trying so desperately. Oh, Chocho does the exact same Zanya's, but this time he falls.
He's like this many times, not exactly work out, but Crying doesn't have flash.
Brian does not have flash. He gets face break on top of the equalizer. He's dead. Good shutdown over to Ice Coke's Rumble. And that is a nice little bit of gold into his back pocket. As we can see now, they can just actually take this bot lane turret as well. So nice move there from Rogue Warriors. And it's good again to see them looking proactively for these plays, because I feel like the one big thing that we wait for to see from these lower end teams or the bottom of the table teams is proactiveness in the game. Now I've got 2 items onto the Ezreal. You can see Forge hovering in the fog of war. They land a hook. Paranoia comes out, Dragon resets. There is the showstopper on top with the Paranoia. They're trying to full dive. They're trying to go for this full ascendancy. They do find the Ezreal, and now Rogue Warriors. Can you get out? Can you get the damage down? Betty's still free hitting on the backside. You can see him. They're just going forward. Xiaohu flashes in, but it's Betty. 1 kill, 2 kills, not able to get any more. And Ming is hopping in and out like just madness right now. He will not allow RNG to lose this fight. RNG take it 4 for 2. And that is just a fantastic move, and never mind, it's going to be a 5 for 2 as Wei just keeps pushing forward. And we talked about how massive this jungler is. Ming and Wei carried that fight.
I mean, I think the biggest highlight to me was the fact that Wei is just casually zoning off 3 members. They can't walk past him. They can't duel him. He has the damage to be able to take each of them down if he so chooses.
Might be in a little bit of trouble. Paranoia comes out defensively as now RNG. They don't know exactly where everyone is. Xiaohu gets caught up here. He might be trying to be CC'd down. Great equalizer to keep this fight very much separated. The Glacial Fisher, and there's a fight on 2 fronts. And now Rogue Warriors, they find the Braum. They have Betty on the backside. He is still safe. He is still putting out damage. But look at just how much Wei can
even had to go for the base, but 8917 and Betty are here. Some kind of miracle play, maybe not probable, but is possible.
No, it's like a repeat of game 1 though, where they keep walking in one by one. They all fall down, and Rogue Warriors, they'll only lose 1 this time round, as the Baron does end up going over to the side of RNG. Equalizer does get popped down. Betty just keeps himself alive. Woo! Yes. Oh, never mind. It's to get the champagne out. It's enough to go for it. Now RNG, they've got these staggered kills. This is important. It's better to die as a unit than it is to die in these staggered 20-second intervals, because now RNG could look to try and take an inhibitor.
Yeah, RNG can just force numbers advantage on you and take your structures, right? Both of their soul laners have... Actually, Xiao doesn't have TP just yet. Looks like it'll be up in a few seconds, but... Heck, even when it's up, Xiao can start channeling his TP. They can take this turret. They can take an inhibitor. They can start rotating up towards top side, at least guarantee that inner turret top. But instead, RNG are looking to want to play all 3 lanes, with Xiaohu heading down towards the bottom lane. But still already massive gold swing for the side of RNG. Already getting 3,000 gold off this Baron.
They haven't even reset to spend it yet. You saw them. They went immediately from Baron straight away. Take the mid inhib. Oh, TP though. Very, very deep here from Rogue Warriors. I think they feel like there's a timer. They feel like they have to go for this one. The Paranoia has been used. They know the TP is not going to be able to be used for a couple of seconds, but the Nautilus is dead. You can see the showstopper, but the Glacial Fisher does enough to just dissuade absolutely everybody. They went for the Hail Mary, but the Hail Mary was not answered. Their prayer went uncalled, and that is going to be RNG pushing forward. Crying so aggressive, just knows he can keep facilitating his team. And now with a minion wave, with the death timers, and with everybody dead, they are going to end this game and take their first win in summer 2021.
Yeah, great to see RNG find a rebound win in this series. I think game 2 especially looking a lot cleaner for RNG. And it might be a win, but they still want to get a few more of those kills, as Xiaohu just ends up executing himself, which, you know, you just won 2 championships. Do as you please, Mr. Xiaohu, but yeah, RNG